It can be as simple as making lunch for your family, and you need to assess the feasibility of it. As simple as cooking. You need to see if it is feasible or not. What is the meaning of feasibility? Feasibility is, or checking the feasibility of something, is to see if what you have in your mind is feasible to put into a structure, or from imagination to brick and mortar, a structure. That is basically the feasibility of trying to make something that you have imagined live. Similarly, we have to understand if you have the feasibility to convert the imagination of your aquascape into a live 3-dimensional, structure within that aquarium. So today we are going to understand the next chapter in our Aquascaping Masterclass, which is concept and feasibility and their connection. See, I'm going to make this very, very clear to you. If you have still not clarified your concept in your head, then there is no next step for you people. If you think that you're going to go through this course and just listen to everything and then you're going to the next step, then basically you're wasting your time and money. The best way to gain maximum from this course or from my course is to actually do the things I tell you. This is not a theoretical course. This is a practical course where I am going to guide you how to set up an aquascape. Okay, this is not something that you write down and say, I learned everything. No, because if you don't do it, you are not going to learn it. See, I can give you all sorts of theory to make, butter paneer or butter chicken. But unless you make it, you will not know if you do the right thing or if you did the right thing. An aquascape is just like that. You have to use your hands and make it. So, get your concept in place. Now, I've given you multiple suggestions in the last couple of videos what a concept should be and what your concept and what you have in your imagination and how you make a concept out of it. I've also given you ideas of how to use AI or ChatGPT to create that imagination into an image. You can even draw it if your drawing is good. Yeah, but today with technology and AI, it is very easy to create. Now, you have a concept, you have created an image. Now you have to see if it is feasible or not. What is the first step in feasibility? See, your aquascape or your imagination has to get into a tank. Very important. So, will that imagination fit in that aquarium you want to have? See, you might have a very interesting imagination. Say something like this. Now, will this fit in a 2 feet aquarium, 3 feet aquarium, 4 feet aquarium or 5 feet aquarium? Or maybe bigger, or maybe very small, like 1 feet aquarium. Where will this imagination properly fit? That is the first understanding with feasibility. Now, there is another side to this. Let's say that your imagination started with an element like a piece of wood or a piece of stone, or a stone, not a piece of stone, but a stone. Okay, or a group of stones, or bunch of stones, or multiple pieces of wood. Your imagination stemmed out of that. Then, will those wood pieces sit correctly the way you want it to match your imagination in your tank or in that size of tank? Will that what you create be able to tell people who view it, will it be able to tell your story? Now, again, let's consider this image as the imagination and the final concept. Now, this image will ideally need anywhere from a 3 feet to a 4 feet aquarium because there is a certain amount of depth that we need to show. And when I say 4 feet, 4 by 2 by 2, ideal. 4 feet in length, 2 feet in breadth and 2 feet in height. Ideal size because we need to show a certain amount of depth. Because if we compress this to 2 feet, then most of this is gone and only you will be left with the depth and it will not, that whole story will not match. That whole image will not fit in place. So is your concept, or rather is your tank feasible to fit your concept? That's the first question you have to ask yourself. Immaterial, whether you have a concept and you have to find the material, that is the wood and everything, or you already have the wood and stones and everything and you have to fit it into your aquascape. Both ways, is it feasible? Will it work? You have to work this out. So let's say you don't have a concept, you're not sure of your concept, How will you understand if it is feasible? How will you understand what size of tank to get? How will you understand what size of filter to get? What lights to get? You are constantly confused. You are not sure. Ajay, kuch bana denge. We'll see what happens. Doesn't work. So, the concept in mind should comfortably fit into a size of aquarium to make sure that your concept and your story is easily relatable or connectable. Now, that's the first feasibility you will check. Once you have this in place, then everything else is easy because you know the size of tank. So then you will know, again, starting from the front, like we discussed, earth, water, fire, air and space. You know what is going into the space. You know the space. You know the dimension. So now you know how much, so special substrate I will need. How much soil will I need? How much bacteria will I need? Will I need less because I have too much going on as part of the wood and stone, or will I need more because I want more height at the back? All of this you will understand, so you can calculate the cost of that. Then you will figure out what is the filtration I need. Actually, again, I always make this mistake. Water should be the first thing, so filtration will be the first thing that you will select. What kind of filtration will I have? Where will the water flow be? Is my filtration good enough for what I'm trying to create? Will it have enough media space? Okay, will it create enough bacteria so that my whole system or ecosystem is running perfectly? The nitrogen cycle is balanced. Then light. What plants am I going to use, or what plants will fit into my aquascape so that I have a light that will clearly or help me grow those plants beautifully, making my ecosystem function like great. Then fertilizer cost, A cost, O cost, all of that is there. Now the reason I'm saying cost is because that also is feasibility. Now once you understand what all you want to use, you make a list of all of that and then you start trying to work out the cost of it. Check the feasibility. Am I ready to spend so much? Now if I'm not ready to spend so much, then what can I spend? And where can I compromise? See, compromise actually here is a bad word, because when you compromise, you lose. When you compromise, you don't get the results you want. Compromise is an adjustment, and adjustments don't work. Shortcuts don't work, because there are no shortcuts in nature. Every time you guys ask me this question, can I use this or can I use that? You have to ask yourself, where is the shortcut in nature? Again, what happens in nature? You are constantly looking at what is happening to you. It doesn't work like that. So you need to figure out, can I buy, or let's say I need this kind of a filter. It's not in my budget. What can I buy that will give me the same result but in my budget? What is the next option? See, because here we are result oriented. Okay, if you do your homework correctly, you can always figure out the budget. There is always a way out. It's easy to say, no, this is very expensive, I will just do this. No, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't work. This does not mean that if you buy the most expensive thing, it will work. No, you have to buy what is suitable for you. Let's say if I go out and buy the plants, it's going to cost me X. Let me talk to hobbies, 20 hobbies, 30 hobbies who already have planted aquariums. And I will talk to them, I will request them, can you give me little of the plants? Save the money. But buy better quality filter, better quality light. Don't compromise on the crucial things. So this is understanding the feasibility. Don't randomly do anything. Everything has to be listed out. Everything has to be, clearly, like a checklist has to be made. Because if you want to do a good aquascape, then you have to do things in a certain process. And if your process is right, your aquascape is great. Now you also need to see the feasibility of what may happen once I have this kind of an equipment set. Like I said, most people go towards compromise because they think that's the easy option. So if you compromise, you need to see, is it worth taking that risk? You need to see or assess the feasibility of what is going to happen to my aquascape. If I use this kind of an equipment, what am I going to get? If I use this kind of an equipment, what am I going to get? There are multiple reviews for all this. You can always check. Same thing applies to methods or different kind of approach to making the aquascape. I will use Amano's method, I will use somebody else's method, I will use a third person's method. All of them okay. Which will work for me? Or which will work so that I get the best result? See, I was explaining this to you in the Zoom class also, that there are two parts to this hobby. One is the aquascaping part of it. Now, if you want your aquascape to be stunning, international level, top of the line, then focus mainly on the art of it. And all the equipment surrounding it, or to make this art great, should be top of the class or best in the market, or the ones that give you the best result. then your artwork stands out. Then your plants grow beautifully. Everything looks stunning. Of course, then there is the other part, which is, you can call it DIY, you can call it compromise. So this is the compromise hobby. You do something for an art, something is growing, you're not sure of the result, and you've got something happening there. And fingers crossed, if everything grows, wow. If it doesn't, oh shit, what do I do? You've just wasted time and money. Ask yourself this question. How long do you want to be in this hobby? How long? 6 months, 1 year, 2 years? See, I asked myself the same question and I said, I want to be in this hobby forever. So I went and bought equipment that will give me 10-year warranty, 15-year warranty. And I'm still using it. 10 years back, 15 years back, I bought it. Today also I'm using it. Because I want to continue enjoying the hobby. My focus is on the art of aquascaping. My focus is improving my aquascapes. My focus is trying to make those layouts beautiful. My focus is to be able to tell a beautiful story. At some level, Mayur Dev is Mayur Dev Aquascaper because I'm able to show you the art beautifully. And if I have to show you a stunning aquascape, then my equipment should work for me. I should not be working for the equipment. Every day something is going wrong. I'm going to do jiggery booggery here. I'm going to adjust this, adjust that. Constant jugaad. So you need to decide, are you in the jugaad hobby or aquascaping hobby? And that's a call you have to take, right? So if you figured out your concept, now is the time for you to figure out the feasibility. Simple. Figure out the concept. Be sure of the concept. Then start putting your list to see if it is feasible for you. There is no shame in saying, no, I can't afford this. No problem. Stop. You'll at least save money. Save that money, save some more and do it right. Don't try to do something and waste the money you have also. Just because you think it may work, don't do that. Be sure, be confident, get the right equipment. Then things will start working. So in the future classes, we will again talk about equipment and all of those things. Okay, which one to buy, what is a good quality ones, how will it help you, all of that we'll discuss. And like always, you will get interesting, ideas, interesting concepts, experiences of what I have felt or what has happened to me by buying a certain equipment. All of that I will tell you. And also this Saturday, maybe, I'm not sure. Okay, we will send you a WhatsApp message. We may not have the Saturday Zoom class because I'm traveling to Chennai on some work. So we may not have it on Saturday, but if there is a change, I will come back to you and I will update you all. So if we don't meet on this Saturday, then next Saturday we will have the Zoom class and we can meet there. All right. Until then, please figure out your concept and see if you can work out the feasibility like I just explained. And I'll meet you very, very soon. Okay, in our next class. Till then, bye-bye.